This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 3, Bubble Bubble. Okay.
I want one more. I'm gonna float over to Roscoe, and I'm gonna look in his cup and say, "What's in there?"
Well, it's not the best I've ever had, but it's a drink. You want some?
Can I just have a sip?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I take a sip, and you guys do not know this, but this is the first time Flea has ever had alcohol.
That was actually going to be my question, and
Yep.
could you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
I sure could. Oh yeah, a big 8.
Oh yeah, it kind of hits you in a way. Like, how do you think Flea gets tipsy?
Man, I think Flea just like starts thinking about the real meaning of life, you know?
Oh yeah, totally no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he floats to the bottom of the pool and just starts thinking about eating a bunch of rats. And that's his happy place.
Nice.
When he floats to the bottom, I'm gonna wait like a minute or so and be like, he's not coming back up? Is this normal?
One of the token ladies. Oh, I think he can breathe. She kind of looks. Can Flea actually breathe underwater?
Yeah, for 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, like the servers seem to be kind of used to lizard people and other aquatic people just kind of sinking to the bottom and staying there for a while.
As that's happening, I nod over to Roscoe. I say, Roscoe, what have you been where have you been since the last I saw you?
I'm still trying to find that gnome that's responsible for my brother's death. I haven't found him yet, though.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah, that's why I drink a lot.
Oh.
I swim up and I say, anyone who can make me feel like this, I'll help you find him. And I go back underwater.
But then I came back here, so I wanted to get the reward for that captain. I still think we should go try to find that guy.
I definitely agree.
I
I have a big beef with one of his compatriots.
What did he do to you, Ray? If you don't mind me asking, it's not too personal.
No, I don't mind talking about it at all. It's just that well, I used to serve in the Balkan army for a long time, and he deserted the group that we were not that I was not in, but a different group. Deserted from my army, and he's been spreading rumors about my former what's that called, unit. So I wanted to remind him how quickly a life can bleed out.
Ugh.
I'm not
Fair
going to kill him or hurt him, just to put the fear of, well, me back into him.
Are we going to exile him for
Hey,
dishonor?
the wanted poster doesn't say he can't come back beaten up a little bit.
It's not Nolander that did the deserting. It's one of his sidekicks or minions or whatever. Some lowlife. He was a lowlife in the army, and he's a lowlife now.
Do you have a description so we know who to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I saw him earlier. He's kind of a little bit taller than I am, dark hair. One of his eyes is a little messed up. Was wearing like a brown robe. I mean, he could have changed, but I'll definitely know him when I see him.
All right. Well, we'll get you your revenge.
Yeah, his name is Willis, by the way. Willis Knighton.
Willis Knighton.
Can I emerge from the depth at this point and just drunkenly scream out like, Nolander killed my dad, and then just submerge again?
Oh,
Yes.
oh dear.
Oh no, you poor baby.
Well, then he definitely deserves a beating before we turn him in.
Oh yes. Oh
He
yes.
deserves more than a beating. That is the utmost dishonor. He deserves death at sea, drowning.
Wow.
If we drown him, we don't get paid, though.
There are some things that are more important than money.
Honor is more important
That's
than
true.
money.
Well, it's up to him, really. If he wants him dead, then I know how it feels to lose a parent. It's his choice.
So let's go over
So-
to Tabby for a moment.
As they're all having this really deep conversation and like
Mhm.
learning about each other, Stu is quietly going around and tipping all of the wait staff and the people who are doing the robes and keeping it watch over everything, and he's also sort of trying to make sure that nobody's quote accidentally sneaking into the robe room and stealing everybody's stuff.
Yeah, actually, you notice that there are some women that are, watching the room. They're like, you wouldn't notice if you weren't like watching them like a hawk, but you notice these women are, standing near the door. They are definitely like looking in, and they seem a little bit more. They just seem stronger, kind of like more on the Ray side of things.
Okay.
Tabby, what are you up to?
Tabby grabs Snack and puts a little mouse on top of her head, and she does what tigers would do in the water. She kind of crouches down below and she sinks her head underneath, and she's actually making her way over to Ray. She was going to bounce up and surprise her, but she kind of slips a little bit like in the water. There was a slick patch, and she face plants.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Splash. And Snack just kind of like hits the water. So
Oh, Snack, are you okay?
I snatch up the mouse, make sure he's okay.
Oh no.
Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh, jeez. Thank you for saving Snack.
I hand it back to her. You
Ray,
okay?
I didn't see that. It never happened. What is those things on the back of your shoulders?
Oh. I don't know. I can't really see them very well. They've always been there. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay then.
You can look if you want. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to hide them. I mean, we all have our things.
Yeah, I was starting to think that maybe you guys make me look like the normal one for once.
Well,
That's
you know.
probably fair.
I'm
You
used to.
should just rock them, maybe bedazzle them a little, make them stand out, be proud.
I could give you flowers.
You know
We
what?
can put
That would
flowers.
be great. That would be great.
Okay, I'm gonna craft some nice, like, white pretty flowers and put them on there.
Okay, so what does it look like when you actually do use Druidcraft?
I guess in my head, just because of how Flea is kind of a strange guy, I literally just want him to close his hand, open it back up, and have a flower appear.
So like a magic trick, basically.
Yeah, it literally just looks like a magic trick. Yeah.
Oh. So
Actually, that is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I can do more stuff, and then I make the room smell really nice. Like maybe some rosebuds.
it already smelled really nice, but now it just smells super nice.
Oh, that's nice.
The only thing that I can do that is even remotely cool is I touch my fingers together and cast light on my hands, and I say, but I think there are a lot of people who can do this.
I can do.
Roscoe goes, "Yep," and he casts light on his fingertips.
Roscoe, you're a show off.
Some
Give
dude,
me a blade and I shall show you what I can do.
Give me some skulls to crack.
some random dude like kind of laughs and he's like, "I could do that too," and then casts light.
Well, I can't make a light, but and I cast minor illusion and make a little flock of little birds fly around for a little bit.
So What's Krakatoa up to?
He's kind of trying to remain in the camaraderie that's taking place, while also trying to watch the sides, make sure people aren't trying to, take our stuff.
You kind of notice the same thing Stu does, that there are, like, women in strategic places. You're not really sure how they're keeping an eye on everything, but, you can tell if something goes awry that there are a bunch of strong women ready to take action and probably throw out who needs to be thrown out.
So seeing these awesome warrior women guarding their stuff, Krakatoa starts kind of becoming more at ease and just kind of lounges about.
And Stu, since you are tipping everyone so generously, you are like actually getting a bunch of attention. And they put you at the top of the list to, go through that shampooing process. And also maybe a little bit more, you're starting to get like someone on you massaging you, and like someone's gently putting their fingers through your scruff and shampooing it. Like you're being adorned with like rose water.
So Stu is he's if anybody pays attention and looks at him for more than a couple of minutes, if they just glance at him, they might think that he looks a little embarrassed by what's happening. But if they keep watching, they'll notice that he's really enjoying it quite a bit, but trying to hide it, which is where that embarrassed look comes from. Yeah, he's loving it. The problem is a smile on a kobold's face looks like you can't tell if it's angry or happy or whatever. But you get a distinct impression if you watch for any length of time.
And Tabby, pretty soon your name is called to come up and get a shampooing.
Okay, so Tabby, right before Tabby goes to get a shampooing, she puts Snack on the side of the pool area, and she dives in deep, and noticing before that Krakatoa was like kind of chill and relaxing, she wants to go underwater and pull his leg just because she's silly that way. And but I guess she rolled 10, so
well, usually it's strength versus strength, so let's see if you can outstrength Krakatoa.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's more of a stealth thing to see if she could do it, so that's even better. She totally screws that up.
Krakatoa, there's like a nudge on your leg.
I don't even notice it.
Okay, so Tabby resurfaces, and she's just like, damn. Okay.
Maybe next time you'll get me.
Krakatoa, I still owe you for the last time. She gets out of the pool, and then she does like almost a dog shake. Cats do it too. Just shake, 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 shake. And she's like floofy, but she's fine with that because she's gonna go get her deep cleanse on.
Yep, so. And you're taken by the Toga women, and you're just kind of taken to the sidelines. They have, a nice chair, and there's like wooden buckets, and they soak your feet. Well, paws.
Wait a second. I have to take care of my snack as well. No? Yeah. Is there a little chair for a little mouse? We can put a little mouse, little umbrella like you get in a cocktail.
Oh, definitely. They probably have a little like bed for your. They probably keep calling it a familiar, even though it's just a pet.
It's a pet. Snack needs to be taken care of. We can just put him right here, and you can just wash him as well.
And they do it. And
Snack needs a pedicure. He needs pink toes.
they kind of like the women just kind of shrug because Stu has just been like throwing gold around, so it's like, yeah, if you're cool with that, dude, then we're cool with you too. And they're treating Snack just very nicely, very gently. You can tell Snack has never been pet in this sort of way before. Kind of has that like first, oh my god, there's strangers touching me, and then that like almost sleepy mouse face. And
It's
I want
and you kind of start to see why, because these people are nice, they're gentle. Um, it doesn't feel like when other people bathe you and they're just like kind of scratching at your skin. They're being very professional and very gentle.
get the spots on my tail and my back. Would they reach? Oh yes, that's the spot.
I want to like nod over to Krakator and say, I know the people that I fight with pretty well. What's your story, Krakator?
Ah, my story. 'Tis long in the telling. The short version is I come from far away from here. My people different than the people I encounter here. And I stowed away on a ship and I met Tabby and Flea and have since traveled with them and been turned away many a places and arrested once or twice.
Arrested.
When my other half comes out to play, it can get me into some trouble.
Your other half, like a twin.
You could say that. It's difficult to explain.
In your head, you just hear, "Just say my name. Just say it."
I will not say your name, Kazu.
Ah!
Damn it.
So this other half, that's who you're talking to when you talk to nothing?
Yes. Oh, you can hear me? Oh.
Well, you're
Oh.
speaking aloud, so
I never really realized it. No one's really pointed it out before.
It's a little strange, but you're not the strangest person I've ever seen, so don't worry.
Tell me, what's your story? Enough about old Krakator.
I told you I'm a soldier from Belka, and I decided to leave. Belka has some corruption problems, and it's not really a great place. So I came here working as a mercenary, working as a hired. I'm only really very good at swinging a sword, sometimes bashing people's face in with my shield. So that's what I do to make coin.
well, I can't
Aye.
complain. I'm pretty sure you saved my life.
It was the least I could do, Taz.
I can respect that.
Thank you all the same.
Of course. Taz, I mean, I've seen you perform a few times, but I haven't really spent too much time with you. How did you and your brother get mixed up in all of this?
I'd like to know that as well. And I'm not sure how Morrison got mixed up with Melander and pirates. My brother is a good man, but
You hear a scoff from the cook.
you know my brother?
Yeah, we were on the same ship before you left.
So why do you scoff?
Your brother a good man? You
Yes?
don't know what he's been doing for the last few years, have you?
Sailing? Working? Trying to protect us?
Let's say he found a quicker way to make cash.
If you want to keep disrespecting her brother, you can try to do it with my blade down your throat.
You saw the letter where he was leaving the ship. That was a letter to the captain. You don't just give the captain a letter to leave his ship. Especially a pirate ship if you're not part of a pirate crew.
We were desperate. Desperate people do desperate things, but my brother is a good man.
And I'm just a cook.
Which is
Yes,
why we haven't
you are.
killed you. And if you wanted to keep it that way, you should probably keep your mouth shut.
I should he open it one more time? I used to be a cook. I'll cook him up real nice for Flea.
He kind of gives you that like kind of God, you know, telling you the truth, but whatever.
You know, I've
Type of
killed
look.
I've killed better people for saying worse things, so you better keep your mouth shut.
She's your only proponent here, friend. I wouldn't talk too much.
Yeah, Taz gives you both a grateful smile.
When was the last time you saw your brother, Taz?
Oh, long time ago. I was 17?
And how old are you now?
22.
Oh, still young.
I'm 12.
Roscoe wants to cast a message to the cook.
Yeah.
And in the cook's head, he's gonna say, "Is her brother dead, and you're keeping it from her? Because if you are, I'd keep that quiet."
He can answer back in his head, right?
Yep.
You can reply to this message.
Yeah, I think this is totally a whisper moment.
Well, Taz, I hope that everything with your brother works out.
Me too.
Can we see Tabby from where we are, getting her bath on?
Yeah, you can see both Stu and Tabby getting their bath on. Actually, it more looks like they're getting massages, so...
Does Tabby purr?
Hell yeah, she's purring. She's purring like a baby kitten. Motorboating that up.
Stu doesn't purr, but every once in a while he does like an almost involuntary little growl.
Aw.
You guys are some very strange people, I'm not going to lie. I'm really... I mean that as a compliment.
Wanna go hunt some pirates?
That sounds great.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds great to me.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Let's say goodbye.
John, and I play Roscoe, the Halfling Wizard. You can find me on Twitter at John_the DM, and look on Monday, this upcoming the 25th, for my new podcast, When the Wild Things Roll, releases its first episode.
Sounds pretty cool. I'm Amanda, or DM Deistress. You can find me at Twitter at DM Deistress. Playing Tabby Tipsy Tail, the... Man, it's a long, isn't it? The Tabaxi... Tabaxi Rogue Swashbuckler Hexblade.
It's a tongue twister.
And I'm Camille, and I play Ray the Paladin.
And I'm Lucy. You can find me at Bluebird Draws on Twitter or Instagram, and I play Taz Mockwell, the Tiefling Bard.
I'm Chris. I'm playing Flea the Lizard Folk Fighter. You can find me on Twitter at Touch of Tiefling.
And I'm Sam. I play the pretentious Stu, the Kobold Sorcerer. And you can find me on Twitter at DM Samuel, or you can find my website at rpgmusings.com.
I'm Alex. I play as Krakatur, the Air Genasi Barbarian, and his other half, Kazu. And you can find me on Twitter at Mr., which is an MR_Puddins. And I also have been writing my blog, Cobalt Stew, so check that out if you get a chance.
And I'm Paul. I am the DM for this and for the other group, the Purple Group. If you're here, you're listening to Tales of Swordfall, you can find our Twitter at Swordfall D&D. That's D&D, that letters. Also, you can find us on Anchor FM. I think that's just anchor.fm/Tales of Swordfall. And if you're listening there, thank you for listening. Also, if you're listening to other podcast platforms, thanks for listening as well. Yeah, follow, like, subscribe. talk to us. We like interaction. We love interaction, actually. If you want to follow my personal Twitter, that's at Paul_Garish. That's at PAUL_GERRISH. Yeah. And thank you guys for coming, joining us, listening. Thank you for all the players for coming and taking the time out of their day to play. This was a pretty cool session. Went nowhere where I thought it would be, but that's part of the fun of D&D, right?
Absolutely.
And as always, whatever time of the day it is, I hope you're having a nice one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, hiatus. Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.